Hey guys, it's Dan with Philosophical Fishing. How are you doing today? I hope that you're doing well. I hope that your healing journeys are going okay. And I hope that you're finding more and more healing as time has gone on. I just want to get this out of the way and thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. Those of you who have signed up for my coaching and support, and also those of you who have donated to the channel via Buy Me a Coffee through my Linktree. Thank you so much. Everything that you contribute to the channel helps me to make more and more of these videos so that I can keep raising awareness and bring a lot more attention to the issue of benzodiazepine damage. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Let's talk about being uncomfortable in benzo withdrawal and benzo damage, which, as you know, if you're going through it and you're watching this video, most likely you're going through one of the most uncomfortable things a human being can possibly experience. I know for me, this past year especially has been very, very uncomfortable. And I'm in my 7th year off of benzos and other drugs. And yet life continues to challenge me. And I just want to offer you that perhaps there's a reason that life is moving you through this uncomfortable season and period in your life. As I've talked about in other videos, this can either just be a horribly gratuitous, terrible, prescribed injury that you got, which it is, or you can look at it as somehow this is happening for a reason and there's some purpose for going through this. Or at least I can find a purpose going through this and I can make purpose out of this pain and find a reason that propelled me through this hardship in my life to come out the other side and have learned something and to actually foster some deep, deep change within my spirit. And I want to say, just quit wishing for things to be comfortable. Stop wishing to go back. Stop wishing that you would be okay and comfortable in your own skin again, and just embrace the discomfort because it's there anyway. There's only one way to go through benzo damage, and that's straight through it. And there's ups and downs, and healing is not linear. You're going to go 2 steps forward, 5 steps backwards, and it's going to be painful along the way at various points. There can also be a lot of beautiful days and beautiful moments in there when you have windows and you start to gain clarity and you can see that the things that you're doing to help facilitate healing are starting to work, and you're going to feel those things bubbling up to the surface and becoming part of who you are and the new person that you're becoming. This is all possible going through the process of benzo damage, this whole new growth that can occur. So stop wishing for things to be comfortable, embrace the discomfort, and try to work on yourself during this time. Find those things in you that need to be changed, whether they're nutrition, whether they're mental, whether they're physical. This is a great time to start to slowly, gently address these things as you get better and better. And there's this parable I love about the bamboo and the fern. And basically, it goes like this, that there was a bamboo seed dropped in the forest right next to a fern seed. And granted, ferns don't actually reproduce by seeds, they reproduce by spores, but whatever, just don't worry about that for this metaphor. There's a fern seed and a bamboo seed dropped onto the forest floor. And within the first year, the fern blooms and it gets huge and it's this big, beautiful, lush green plant growing on the forest floor. And nothing has happened with the bamboo. It's still just a seed in the ground, sprouting some roots beneath the soil. In the second year, the fern grows even bigger and more lush and beautiful, and the bamboo hasn't broken the surface of the soil yet. It's still growing its roots. And by years 3, 4, and 5, the bamboo still hasn't grown, and the fern is just this huge, beautiful, amazing plant. And the bamboo's like, what's going on? Why is the fern growing so much faster and so much more? And the bamboo is starting to feel really bad and doesn't know what to do. And all of a sudden, in the 6th year, the bamboo shoots up 100 feet into the air, towering over the fern that's growing next to it these last 5 years. And the point of this metaphor is that the bamboo spent those 5 years growing its roots deep down into the soil while the fern was just growing up and being this big, huge, amazing plant. But in that 6th year, it shot up, it rose, like the phoenix coming from the ashes, right? And it blossomed into this huge, amazing plant because it spent that time, because it was growing its roots, because it was doing the work. So I think you can see where I'm going with this metaphor. It's the same thing with us. If you spend this time during benzo damage trying to nurture these parts of you that were either neglected or perhaps need attention, benzo withdrawal, benzo damage will really force you to look at those areas of your life that need attention so that you can give it love and you can nurture it and you can shoot up like the bamboo after whatever length of time that you need to grow your roots down to come back and face life successfully. And that's exactly what's happened with me during this process. That's exactly what's happened with me. And guys, listen, I'm a slow learner sometimes, and I've been slow to heal. A lot of things that were so badly damaged, I just needed to give time. And case in point, I'll share this story with you. I'm a musician, I'm a singer, I've played in bands since I was 14 years old. And when I came off of benzos, of course, I couldn't even think or fathom about going back on stage or playing guitar or singing in front of people. It was just way too anxiety inducing. Until one day, 6 years into my recovery, I was traveling somewhere with a friend of mine, and he was also a fellow musician. And we both brought our acoustic guitars to the hotel room. And we took out our guitars one night and we just started playing, and we played for 3 hours, 4 hours straight. And then we played another few hours straight the next day. And that was the first time I was able to actually take my guitar out and play in front of somebody. And it was just one other person in a hotel room. It wasn't like I was on stage, but it took me 6 years to get comfortable enough to do that. Okay? 6 years. 6 years of growing my roots, 6 years of doing the work, meditating, working on my spiritual condition, working on my health, working on me, to finally be able to do one of the things that I love doing most on this earth, which is playing music. And it takes what it takes. It took that long. And now I know that I can do it again. I know that I can take my guitar out. I know I can sing. I know I can play in front of people. But I think you see what I'm driving at. It's meant to give you hope. I mean to give you hope that this is a long journey for a lot of us. Some of us are really, really terribly damaged, like I was. And we need all the time that it takes to get better. So be gentle on yourself. Be good to yourself. Give yourself the time that you need to heal, the time that you need to work on yourself. And you'll see that after a certain length of time, the things that you do, the incremental changes that you're making along the way are going to add up over time. This thing, you have to learn patience. You just have to learn patience and be uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because it's the only way through. It's going to be an uncomfortable journey at many, many stages. So I want you to know that there's hope. There's absolute hope. For whatever length of time it takes you to go through this process and heal, you can come out the other end and live a better life. Just keep going. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. The days turn into weeks, the weeks turn into months, the months turn into years. But you're not stranded. You're not left behind. You're right where you should be. I love you guys. I wish you all the healing in the world. Thank you.